Hi everyone, this is Peter from Kanto Tech, and today we have the Asus ROG gaming desktop here with us, which we will give a quick overview, and we're actually going to tear it apart in a couple of minutes. So this ROG Huracan G21 is actually a relatively small type of gaming desktop compared to the other available gaming desktops in the market. So this is already pre-built and this is already factory overclocked, which caters to higher end gaming market. So for today, we are going to tear apart this desktop. So we're going to see what's on the inside. So we're going to see what components are actually inside, and then since this particular model is upgradable model, even if it's a pre-built desktop. So we're going to show you how you can actually upgrade the other parts like the SSD, the memory, even the graphics card. So we'll see, we actually have some graphics cards available here. So we're going to see if they actually fit inside the ROG Huracan G21. So the specifications for the ROG Huracan G21 is here. And then we're also going to post the complete specifications below in the comment section. Okay, so let's start. So let's talk a little about the specifications for the ROG Huracan G21-CN. So this particular unit uses an Intel 8th generation Core i7-8700 processor, which is I think one of the higher end processors already in the market right now. It's not the most updated one as of right now, which is it's February 2019, and it's not the most updated processor we have at the moment. But I think it's pretty good for its usage. So for the storage, it uses a 512 GB M.2 PCIe Gen 3 X4 SSD. So, and then the other storage is a 1 terabyte 3.5 inch HDD. So it still uses a combo of SSD and HDD, which is I think still quite good as of now, because SSD prices still haven't gone down as much as we wanted to. So that's a total combined storage of 1.5 terabytes roughly. For the DRAM, it uses a 16 GB 2666 megahertz SODIMM. So there are actually two slots, so it has a maximum of 32 GB of DRAM capacity available. So you can easily plug in another stick of 16 GB SODIMM if it's available in the market. Okay? So for the GPU, it uses a GTX 1080 GPU. So again, as of now, it's February 2019. So we've already seen in the market a lot of the 2080s, the RTX series. So right now, actually, you can't even buy a 1080 in the market, but it's still quite good for running most of the high-end games available in the market. So if you're not into like the new features of the RTX series, it's still a very, very good GPU in the market. So one of the downsides that we saw using the ROG Huracan is actually the very large power brick that's used to power it. Okay, so we're going to show you the power brick now. So this one is actually 180 watts and 230 watts separate power bricks. So it actually uses two sock plugs. Okay, so I don't know the reason why Asus actually put two power bricks at the same time. So, but anyway, so it's kind of a hassle to plug in two sockets at the same time. Okay, so looking further into the external details about the ROG Huracan, so we can see here in the front panel, there's an RGB lights. So these RGB lights are actually Aura Sync compatible, so you can use it with your ROG peripherals, for example, or monitors. So any Aura Sync compatible devices, you can sync using these lights. Okay. So other items in the front panels, you can see USB 3.1. So two USB 3.1 ports, and then one USB Type-C port. So there's another microphone in, and audio jack also here up front. Okay. So at the top, of the Huracan, you can see there's a hot swappable bay. So this hot swappable bay is actually compatible with any 2.5 inch drive. So you can plug in maybe a 2.5-inch HDD or an SSD. So if you want to migrate your game files, for example, your Steam library, it's very easy to do that using this hot swappable base. So it's very nice to see this in this particular desktop. So if you do a DIY desktop, there's a very little chance that you can actually have this kind of feature in a DIY desktop. Okay, so at the side, so there's nothing actually here. It's just the ROG logo. So it's etched here in the side. So this particular finish is made of plastic. So yes, actually most of it is made of plastic. And then on this side, however, is one of the more special features of the ROG Huracan G21. So this is this particular side is a magnetic cover. So you can actually flip this out to show the GPU and then the storage, the SSD. Actually, you can see it here also. So this actually also provides some sort of better airflow also for the entire system. So according to Asus, you can actually decrease the temperature already of the entire system if you just flip open the flap. Okay, so you can also see around this particular section, there's also a lot of RGB lighting. It's also RSync compatible. Okay, so this flap actually you can use it also like this. So if you don't want it to be exposed to all of the dust and all of the other environmental conditions, you can just adjust it like this way. Also, so it still provides a little bit of airflow to the entire system. But of course, if you don't want to do that, if you're very dust conscious, you can still just close it entirely. Okay. All right. And at the back of the unit, you can see a lot of different ports here. Okay. So you have 6 USB ports. So 2 of those are USB 3.1. USB 3.1 and the others are, these 2 are USB 3.1 Gen 2 and these one are USB 3.1 Gen 1. Okay. Then you also have the RJ45 port. You have SPDIF out, and then you also have you have a line in, you have an audio out, and then you have a microphone in jack. For the GPU, since this is using a 1080 NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080, you can see there's 2 display ports here. And then there's 2 HDMI ports here. And then there's also still a DVI port here at the back. So again, we're still using since the power brick is, there's 2 power bricks. There's also 2 inputs for the power brick. Okay, so here. Okay, so you can only power on the Huracan if you use both of them. You can't just use one of them. So we've tried actually powering on the unit, so it won't power up if you only use one of the ports. Okay. So next, we're going to open up the entire unit. Okay. So Asus said that this particular unit should be easily upgradable if you want to add additional storage, if you want to add additional RAM. So we're going to take a look and going to tear apart this particular unit and see how easily upgradable it really is. So first of all, we're going to lift up the flap here. Okay, and then we're going to remove the screw here. So there's only one screw that secures this particular side. So let's remove it here. Okay, so make sure you don't lose any screws. There. Okay. So this one already slides out. So this side actually is connected to its front panel. Okay, so we're going to remove that as well. Okay, so what we see here are already the internal components of the ROG Huracan G21. So you can see here the graphics card. So this is again the 1080 graphics card. So we're using here new SSD. Okay, so if you want to upgrade another M.2 SSD here, so it uses a M.2 PCIe Gen 3 Type X4 SSD. And then this is the CPU fan. Okay, so we're not going to remove this, so we're just going to show you the other sides of the Huracan. Okay, so next we're going to remove the panel here. Okay. So this particular part, so you can see here the 1 terabyte 3.5-inch hard disk drive, and then this is the bay actually for the hot swappable drive, and then here's the DRAM slots that you have. So this particular unit only has one 16 GB 2666 megahertz SODIMM, and then there's another slot here if you want to add another SSD drive. Okay, so there's a SATA power port and then the SATA cable slot here. Okay, so we're going to remove the everything actually. So for this one, we're going to remove the back side of the unit. Okay, so you can see here that the Huracan uses a full-sized GPU, so we can actually remove the entire. So you can actually remove the entire GPU here. Okay. So in comparison to, so this is actually the separate GTX 1080 that we also have. So it actually also is the same size as the full-size GPU that's available in the market. So again, you can actually replace it with another similar GPU. So the problem here that we saw is that both the 1080 that's included with the unit only has one 8-pin power source. So you can't, for example, use a new card like what we have here, which is the 2080 Ti, because the 2080 Ti uses two 8-pin connections here. So definitely you won't have enough power to power up the RTX 2080 Ti. But then again, if you have any graphics card that has only one 8-pin power supply, power, you can actually use it to upgrade the G21 Huracan. Okay, so moving that aside. All right. So you can see here that the board that the G21 Huracan uses is actually a very different layout. So this is the PSU. And then again, just to show you also, the GPU actually uses an L-type connector. So since the GPU is spread flatly on the Huracan, it's not meant to be mounted like this. So that's why there's an L-type connector to connect it to the PCIe X16 slot. Okay. So other stuff within the, so we won't open the CPU anymore. Well, but there's 3 cooling pipes here. You can see the M.2 slot again. Then there's the Ethernet card?
Wi-Fi card.
Wi-Fi card, okay. And then, alright, so that's it actually. So for the warranty of this particular unit, there's 2 years warranty. So again, one of the things that's very good about buying this kind of pre-built desktops is that there's peace of mind when it comes to warranty. So unlike if you're going to build a PC yourself, and then you're going to have to look at the individual warranties per part of the PC. Whereas if you use this kind of PC, which is a pre-built one, you don't actually need to look at specific warranties per part. So there's 2 years warranty for the entire system. So it's very, very easy to upgrade as well. So for the price of this particular configuration, the SRP is actually 139,000 pesos here in the local market. So it's actually available in most of the ROG stores and a lot of the retail partners available locally. And if you ask us specifically if the 139,000 pesos is worth it versus comparing to if you build the PC on your own using the exact same parts, there's roughly actually, if you talk about the lowest prices available in the market, there's roughly around 30,000 pesos gap. So I can already know that there will be a lot of people who will be saying, yeah, I can build 100,000 PC on my own with even better specs. okay, but I highly doubt you'll be able to build exactly this type of device, again with a warranty, with a ORSync, for example, within the internal components, with the reliability and the peace of mind that you get when you buy a pre-built ROG desktop. I guess for the market, it's maybe for the ones who aren't very familiar with building their own PCs, maybe like the parents or like students who don't really want to meddle into buying specific parts, or like building their own PCs. Personally, I would have to say that I would not be too much into this kind of product. But then again, I am mostly a DIY person. So, but for again, as it is, I think it's a very very good product. If you're into like high-end gaming and you want to have a bit more simple way of doing games, I think it's a nice product for you. So again, this is Peter from Kanto Tech. I hope you liked our very very short review. And I hope that if you do like our reviews and you do like our suggestions, please feel free to like and subscribe in our channel, and also do like our Facebook page, Kanto Tech. And also please visit our site, so we do have a lot of reviews here. We'll also be posting the complete benchmarks for this particular product in our website. Thank you!